Now, the Court of Appeal Judge Lady Justice Wanjiru Karanja yesterday faced the Judicial Service Commission to be interviewed for the position of Deputy Chief Justice. The judge, who has played an instrumental role in anti-corruption efforts in Kenya, however, found herself at pains to explain her role in the 2003 radical surgery, which saw dozens of judges and magistrates lose their jobs. Michelle Ngele gives us his story.
Move forward.
The 6th of October was the turn of the senior-most woman judge in the Court of Appeal, Honorable Lady Justice Wanjiru Karanja, to prove her suitability for the position of Deputy Chief Justice. With 30 years' experience in the legal profession, Justice Wanjiru has developed special interest in international human rights, refugee rights and women's rights.
Is the two-thirds requirement under the Constitution aspirational?
When it comes to the electoral process, in my view, in our present constitutional setup, that would remain aspirational for the time being.
The Supreme Court needs to be balanced.
Yes.
And that it is time there were 3 women.
Yes.
And I'm asking myself, why shouldn't we balance that court by having 2/3 women and 1/3 men? What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
So why do we bind ourselves to being the 1/3 part of the court?
Because maybe that is what we have been socialized to believe. You can see, for instance, for this application, how many women applied for Chief Justice. We have been socialized to believe that, well, this is what you can do, let the others do the rest. But that would be a good position where you find that the women are more than the men. Like, I believe there was a time the female magistrates were more than the commissioner. There was a time that the female magistrates were more than the male.
Actually, it's now.
Even now, which is very good. We can do that for the Supreme Court.
Justice Wanjiru has been instrumental in anti-corruption efforts in Kenya. The ghost of her anti-corruption past, however, came to haunt her. In particular, the role she played in the 2003 corruption purge in the judiciary, dubbed the radical surgery, that saw 23 judges, 82 magistrates and 43 paralegals sent home on the strength of a report filed by the committee led by Aaron Ringera.
The committee did not think it prudent to call upon these judicial officers and ask them to respond, consider their responses, and then decide.
It is unfortunate that those people are not heard, and as you are saying, the case you are citing, it is even more unfortunate that that particular judge does not augur well for our institution. But what I'm saying is that I would not convict, not reconvict, but I would make sure that somebody is heard before any decision is made against them.
In the first 100 days in office, the judge promises to concentrate on expediting cases of corruption and clearing backlog of cases. David More Waihiga, who was also scheduled to appear before the commission, opted out of the race, viewed largely as a women's affair. The only man in the position for Deputy Chief Justice Dr. Isaac Rutenberg and Honorable Judith Wanjala become the final candidates before the panel on the 6th of October as the country inches closer to finding the next Vice President of the Supreme Court of Kenya. Michelle Ngele, KTN News, Nairobi.